defence is not bad from David Price.
3 rounds to go. The big question, I guess, is can David Price become the first man to stop Raman Sukhaterin, who has boxed here before in Britain? He rocked Pele Reid when they met in Birmingham. He's been 12 with Henry Akinwande. Remember him, the one-time WBO champion. And 6 with Tomasz Bonyin, who was blown away by David Hay on his heavyweight debut. Totally in control and smooth boxing from David Price, who's shown us the jab, the uppercut, some lovely body shots around the side of this very, very defensive, crab-like posture of Sukhaterin.
He's just not getting too close to Sukhaterin now, just giving himself room to get the punches off. I wonder maybe as he settled down to the fact that this is going to go 8 rounds. And just don't get involved, don't switch off. And don't let this little fellow start messing him around.
Has been 6 before against Daniel Perret, David Price, and went 4 with Yavor Maranchev, but it would be another tick in the box. 8 rounds for the first time. He doesn't look like he's in any hurry, you know, to put the fast combinations together and force the stoppage. This hasn't been what this performance has been about.
Well, that's what's impressed me about Price. He doesn't look too bothered. He would be happy with the stoppage. If the chance comes, he will take it. But he's not worrying about it. Some fighters would be worried maybe the crowd were expecting the knockout and put themselves under pressure, but he's kept cool-headed. He's doing the right things. He's continued to do the right things, winning it by a mile. But he's hardly been hit with a decent punch in the 5 rounds that we've seen already.
Lovely body shot with the right hand, and swelling around the left eye now, beginning to get worse for Sukhaterin, who's going to be feeling it in the morning, I should think, around the ribs and face.
Yeah, I think Sukhaterin really looking forward to the end of the 8 rounds here. He's here to do a job, he's doing that job well. But this must be becoming a little bit painful for him, especially the body shots.
A little nick as well by the right eye for Sukhaterin, who's getting more tired at the end of each round. Is he going to make it through 8? They are very hard and very brave, some of these Eastern Europeans that come over. All the disadvantages, but the effort and commitment.
Sharp jabs in this last 2 rounds. All right, razor sharp jabs and keep everything coming off it.
And physically, Price is still looking well. He's set a fair old pace here. You can see the body shot is still working a treat. Still putting punches together, but looking completely comfortable in the corner there, not troubled by the pace that he has set.
Uncharted territory now for David Price, who here's the bell for the 7th round for the first time in his professional career. Began in March 2009. They know they've got to move quickly because he is 27 and he does have all this pedigree behind him. How would you match him if you were Frank Maloney now, going forward?
Well, there's no panic. I mean, this is only his 8th fight, so there's no hurry to start thinking or talking about titles. Is this too much grease, I think, on the eye, probably? So there's no reason to rush him. He's improving, he's still learning the business. So obviously we want to see him in a couple of fights a fair bit more competitive than we've seen tonight. This hasn't been competitive, you have to say. We've seen some quality boxing, some quality punch picking, but it hasn't been competitive. So we need to see him under a little bit of pressure, see how he copes with it. Then we can make our minds up a bit quicker about him.
Body shot and uppercut again from Price, who may be a baby in professional terms, but Derek Chisora hasn't even had double the amount of fights of David Price, and he's taking the risk of going to try and become a world champion away from home. And that's what's so fascinating about the heavyweight division, when to make the move, the timing. You know, David Haye, the WBA heavyweight champion, there are options ahead in the next couple of years, aren't there, for these guys?
Yeah, well, we always like the heavyweight division. There's the right uppercut working again for Price. But Sukhaterin taking it well, doesn't seem troubled.
Bruised by the right eye now. Still trying to force punches out, but really good from Price, who's going through the gears. Lovely right hand. Phil Edwards, the referee, just having a closer look. Can Price get the job done? Last minute of the 7th.
Well, maybe the first time that Sukhaterin's defences have been scattered. They were really loose there, taking a couple of clean punches.
Price can sense it. This will be some icing on the cake of what's been an excellent night's work from David Price. Having to hold and just somehow get through this. Sukhaterin.
Yeah, well, you get the impression if Price raised the pace and stuck with it, that maybe the referee would have to step in and get this fella out of there, even if he didn't knock him out.
Lovely uppercut. Again, maybe just one or two more of those, and Phil Edwards does say, that's it. I think that's 10 out of 10 for David Price. Almost virtually punch perfect from start to finish.
Yeah, but I mean, he was dominating all the way through, and I got the feeling that if he just raised the pace, he would force the referee to step in, and that's pretty much what happened. Sukhaterin probably would have carried on maybe until the final bell, but what was the point? It wasn't competitive. Price was winning every round. He was looking good in the process. Everything going so well for him. We just want to see him in something a little bit more competitive than we saw tonight, but you can't really fault what he did tonight.
Raman Sukhaterin stopped for the first time in his life, and David Price did it the classy way, the technical way, and also showed some devil too.
I mean, for the first time, he was getting through the defences of Sukhaterin regularly. He was opening the defences up as opposed to punching through them. So at this stage, you reckon if he raised the pace and stuck with it, he would leave the referee with no option but to stop it, and that's pretty much what happened. I think Sukhaterin would have carried on, probably could have carried on, but there wasn't an awful lot of point, and Price still physically looking really good, plenty left in the tank, finished the job well.
A bright future awaits David Price from Liverpool.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time, 2 minutes and 44 seconds of the 7th round. Your referee, Phil Edwards, stops the contest. Your winner and still undefeated from Liverpool, David Price. And as he leaves the ring, please give a real big round of applause for Raman Sukhaterin.
One, two, three, four, five. David Price, 8 out of 8. Did you feel better in there than you have done yet as a pro?
I did, yeah. It was a bit hectic getting here, and you know, I messed about with my warm-up, but somehow it worked in my favour, because I thought first couple of rounds I'll just get warmed up, you know, touch a few shots in and that, have a look. I mean, that fella, he didn't bring anything to the table apart from, you know, having a tight shell, but he hasn't been stopped before, so I'm happy with the result.
He was very durable. You become the first man ever to hold him. But was it the way you went about the job, relaxed, but, you know, showing what you can do in bursts?
that's exactly what we've been working on. You know, I'm at heavyweight. You know, you can't go 100 mile an hour for 12 3-minute rounds. So, you know, we're trying to work on different things. That's what I was trying to do. Show him burst, walk around. You know, keep him on the end of the jab. We're doing a lot of work in the gym, me and Franny Smith, and you know, we think it's starting to pay off.
Promoter Frank Maloney, such a wide open heavyweight division. How quickly do you move, David?
Yeah, I mean, tonight I was very pleased with it. It was punch-perfect performance, and I think he's finished his apprenticeship. You will see from 2011, I promise the British boxing public, this guy will step up, and by 2011 he will dominate the British scene and the European scene.
Who do you want to match him with next?
I've got a few heavyweights I'm in negotiation with, so I don't want to spoil that negotiations, but I'm hoping to make an announcement very soon, and I think it's one that we'll all be pleased to see.
Finally, can you go all the way in this sport?
I believe to be honest, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't think I could. I've nearly got to the top as an amateur. You know, I come home from the Olympics devastated with a bronze medal. More to do with the way the fight went. But that says a lot about how far I expect to go. You know, I expected to win gold in the Olympics. Didn't happen. As a pro, I want to make amends. I'm working hard. I'm leaving nothing to chance. And knowing the best heavyweight at domestic level at the moment, no problem. It's just a matter of next couple of fights are important to get the rounds under my belt. You know, that was ideal. Steady as we go, and then early part of next year, push on.
Thanks very much. Well done, David.